Lionel Messi stepped onto the pitch at MetLife Stadium for his final World Cup match, and for agonizing stretches, he was practically a ghost. The player who defined a generation of football ended his tournament run barely touching the ball, entirely neutralized when it mattered most. Contrast that quiet exit with Kylian Mbappé. He tore through defenses, scoring 10 times to claim his second consecutive Golden Boot. He bypassed every legend to become the greatest goal scorer in the history of the tournament. And yet, for all that historic individual brilliance, his team lost, leaving him with a deeply hollow fourth-place finish. To understand how the sport's biggest stars experienced such bizarre, contrasting fates, you have to look at the math. This map of North America shows the expansion. 48 distinct slots spread across the United States, Mexico, and Canada. 16 new teams were injected into the highest level of international football all at once. Expanding the field to 48 teams altered the tournament's internal logic. With 16 new variables on the pitch, the margin for error for the elite squads narrowed, turning every 90 minutes into a high-variance gamble, where the traditional 3-game safety net was gone. 5 weeks, 48 teams, pure unexplainable chaos on the pitch. So in a tournament that devolved into a complete vacuum of logic, how did one specific team engineer a system perfectly designed to survive the madness? To grasp the scale of the unpredictability, you have to look at the group stages. Take Cape Verde, an island nation of just over 500,000 people, ranked 67th in the world, making their tournament debut. They stepped onto the pitch and forced Spain, the eventual champions, into a grinding, scoreless draw. And then there was Turkey. This bar chart lays out a statistical impossibility. On the left, you see 62 total shots generated by a squad worth nearly $500 million. On the right, 0 actual goals. They played 3 matches, took 62 attempts, and went home without a single point. In professional football, engineering that kind of offensive failure requires almost as much effort as actually winning. The knockouts offered 0 relief. In the round of 32, 4-time champion Germany found themselves dragged into a penalty shootout against Paraguay, a heavy underdog that had been easily dismantled by the US just days prior. Germany lost 4-3, suffering their first ever tournament defeat on penalties. Look at this comparative visualization from that exact match to see why it makes no sense. The massive block on top shows Germany completing over 700 passes, hoarding possession from the opening whistle. The tiny fraction below is Paraguay's 160. Total dominance on paper, completely useless on the grass. Conventional metrics like shot volume, pass completion, and time of possession completely detached from the final scorelines. Controlling the ball was no longer a viable strategy. Teams were forced into a raw, brutal state of pure survival. That survival state quickly consumed the remaining heavyweights. Brazil, 5-time champions and the only nation to appear in every single edition of the tournament, didn't even make the quarterfinals. They were physically overwhelmed and eliminated early by a Norway squad violently propelled forward by Erling Haaland. The Netherlands met an equally bizarre fate against Morocco in the round of 16. They went out early, extending a highly specific, strange historical curse. The Dutch have now exited 4 consecutive tournaments without losing a single elimination match in regulation time. By the time the bronze final arrived, the concept of defense had entirely collapsed. England defeated France in Miami with a final score of 6-4. 10 goals in 90 minutes. Bukayo Saka netted a hat-trick, Jude Bellingham hit a stoppage-time dagger, and Kylian Mbappé scored twice. It was a statistical anomaly, a scoreline combination never before seen in the history of the event. This line graph maps out how Mbappé weaponized that exact lack of defense. The sharp spike tracks his 10 goals, blowing past Messi and every other historical data point. He capitalized on the wide-open, frantic matches to secure the ultimate individual scoring record. But his empty-handed exit proved a harsh reality. Raw, highly volatile environments are perfect for a single superstar trying to shatter scoring records, but that same volatility prevents anyone from actually securing the trophy. Which brings us to MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. Spain against Argentina. After a month of high-scoring shootouts and frantic upsets, the final was a jarring tonal shift. The pitch shrank. The pace slowed to a crawl. It was a tense, claustrophobic stalemate. This tactical pitch map reveals how Spain dictated the pace, building a specific defensive architecture to isolate Messi. Notice how every passing lane is systematically blocked by Spanish defenders before reaching the attacking zone, starving Argentina of possession. With their offense entirely short-circuited, Argentina's survival rested solely on the shoulders of their goalkeeper, Emiliano Martinez. He absorbed relentless pressure, keeping his squad alive minute by agonizing minute, racking up 11 saves, the most ever recorded by a keeper in a final. The tension finally fractured in the 3rd minute of first-half stoppage time. Enzo Fernández, already on a yellow, launched into a reckless, desperate challenge on Pau Cumarcí. The referee reached into his pocket. A straight red. In a match defined by extreme discipline, one moment of undisciplined chaos doomed Argentina. They were forced into the grueling exhaustion of extra time, a man down, entirely outmatched by the very system designed to break them. The breaking point arrived in the 106th minute. Substitute Ferran Torres read a bouncing ball inside the box and buried it. 1-0. Spain held their defensive shape until the final whistle, clinching their 2nd world title. Spain didn't just survive the tournament. Their defensive structure conquered it entirely. Rodri, the architect anchoring the midfield, took home the Golden Ball as the best overall player. He orchestrated the exact suffocating control that neutralized every threat they faced. Behind him, Unai Simón claimed the Golden Glove. Spain conceded just 1 goal across their 8-game run. It is the lowest goal concession rate by any champion in the history of the sport. The dominance of the backline was so absolute that even the Young Player of the Tournament award bypassed the attacking forwards. It went to 18-year-old center back Pau Cumarcí, validating Spain's obsession with defensive perfection. The 2026 expansion redefined the path to the trophy. While individual brilliance produced record-breaking stats for superstars, it was Spain's ruthless defensive structure that navigated the 48-team gauntlet. Their victory proves that in a tournament this large and this volatile, absolute tactical control is the only way to win. What was the definitive moment of the tournament for you? Let me know in the comments, drop a like, and subscribe for more deep dive football breakdowns. I'll see you in the next one.